I'm Benjamin Jacobs. I'm owner or co-owner of Tokabe American Indian Eatery. I am from the Osage Nation of Northeast Oklahoma. I grew up in the Denver community, grew up in the Denver American Indian community, and there's a large population of natives here. But the one time to really get native cuisine, I felt like, was either special events, powwows, so specific points within the year that you had to attend. And so what Matt and I wanted to do was take my parents' original concept, develop that further, and make it a place that anyone could visit any day of the week and have that sense of food and that sense of community that you could have within the native community around Denver. So we wanted to make it a daily occurrence, that it was always open for people to enjoy the food and the people. Whether you're native or non-native alike, we wanted to share that experience with everyone, because there's nowhere in Denver, nowhere in Colorado that has the focus on the cuisine in that sense. Yeah, so that's where we take a lot of our inspiration is from their concept, from my mother's recipes, my grandmother's recipes, and then now we develop, not only mine, but other people that we meet, aunts, uncles, grandmas, cousins, whoever we come across, we always ask ideas, and we try and take the first person source of a food. And so we don't just go collecting recipes, we actually try and collect recipes from individuals. And then we take their concept and develop it into our concepts, and kind of branch the food out a little bit further, or put our take on their recipes or their foods. So we actually have traveled several places around the country to learn more about native cuisine, and that's our goal in the long run, is to actually place ourselves around the country to further develop what American Indian food is now and what it really can be in the future. Our approach in the food is we're a fast casual concept, which is now the fastest growing style of cuisine in the United States. And that's actually kind of what my parents had when they opened theirs, where you walk up to the counter, you see what is in front of you, and then you select what you'd like to eat. We did that because in many ways, a lot of the foods that we present to people, they probably aren't familiar with. And so that's why we wanted them to see the food, to experience the food, but also to experience our staff and to engage with the people that are a part of our crew here. And so when you walk up and you say, hominy salsa, someone that isn't familiar with it has no idea what hominy salsa is. Shredded bison, green chili stew, those types of things people aren't necessarily familiar with. That's why we like the approach of people coming up and saying, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? I would like to try that. I want some of that. What do you have there? And then also it keeps our staff very much engaged with the patrons that are coming in. We cut our own onions, we cut our own tomatoes, we cut our own lettuce, shave our own cheese, make all our own salsas from fresh vegetables. All of our proteins are marinated, dry rubbed, cooked in-house. So that was the idea, is to provide good quality food through good quality ingredients, even in the faster styled environment. So one of the ideas that Matt and I had, or we wanted to really implement within the restaurant, is it wasn't just designed to provide food on a daily basis. We wanted to be able to provide a community experience, a community gathering place. Because again, we didn't feel like that was available in a comfortable setting necessarily, an everyday setting. I'm sure there's comfortable settings, but an everyday setting. So again, native people meet throughout the community in different places, but we wanted a place that they could come and enjoy and make their own. Eat some food, share laughs. I mean, that's when people are truly at their most comfortable and most welcoming with one another, is sitting down and having a meal together. So that's what we wanted to provide. So we open our doors to local organizations, national organizations, really whoever wants to come in and share our space. We do that. So we've done fundraisers, music, whoever it really is, we open our door. And the other reason for that is that we want to show people outside the native community what's happening within the native community. There's just so many positive things that are happening for native people now, that we want to promote that. And so that's why we have just fundraisers on a random night, music on a random night if someone's in town. And the reason we do that is because the average customer that just comes in starts to see what's occurring. They start asking questions. Oh, what is this National Indian Child Welfare? What is, Native American AIDS prevention? What is the, American Indian Chamber of Commerce? And they start asking all these questions, or, who is Gary Farmer? Who's Derek Miller? Who is Keith IMC? So it's all these things of bringing people in and allowing them to have this space as their own. We actually had some investors that partnered in with us, and they helped us with our build out. They are pretty large now in the Denver kind of community. They own a bunch of other restaurants and buildings and things like that. And we had known them and kind of brought our idea to them and said, this is what we'd like to try and do. Is there any interest of some sort? Not realizing they would partner in with us and actually help us develop the whole space. So that's what we did. And we were, 24 at the time, opened at 25. We had no money to our names. We didn't know how to go about a bank loan. So they really gave us our opportunity to start. We actually purchased our share back, so we own it outright now, which is great. And so that's how we were able to get in. It was just one of those things that we weren't afraid to talk about it and to tell people about it, and we got lucky. We truly got lucky with some people that said, I see the vision of what you'd like to try and do, and I want to be a part of it. Yeah, it really is. I've made the joke to younger people when I've talked to them, when they say, how do you get started? How do you, I don't have money. And I said, we had the same thing. And I said, if you have a dream and you have an idea and you really want to make it happen, talk to anyone that has a wallet. Because it doesn't mean that everyone has money and everyone can help you, but the whole thing behind that is you never know who you're going to stumble across, and you never know who has the ability to help you with that. And so the idea that I like to put forth to people is we all carry a wallet. So it means don't be afraid to talk to anybody, because that's sometimes what holds it back is, well, I don't have the money to do it, I don't know how to approach it. And I think that helps, is if you really have that drive and you want it to happen, is don't be afraid to say, hey, oh, you're in restaurants? Oh, this is my idea. Or, I'm an artist, and you go really put it out there. You never know who you're going to stumble across that's going to say, I see what you want to do, I see your vision, and I want to help with that. So Matt and I got connected with the National Food Distribution Program on Indian reservations, as well as the USDA a couple years ago. They actually just came in here for lunch one day, and they were planning their national conference in Denver. And we started chatting, and they wanted us to maybe do a cooking demo. And so we said, sure, we'd love to do that. And so we got a bunch of food provided. They gave us a bunch of food, and it's basically what they provide to families around the country that are part of the food distribution program. And so what Matt and I did was take the food, the new fresh ingredients, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits that they have, and developed a whole day's worth of meals. So our food demo started from breakfast to snack to lunch to dinner, just to show people what you can do. Instead of opening a can of beef stew and heating it, we were showing people how you can take one can, add fresh ingredients, make your own base for a broth, add more vegetables, and take one little can and make it into enough to feed a family of anywhere from 4 to 8. And so what we've done now, because of that one demo, is connected and partnered with them and traveled the country now and started to do different demos and work within communities of showing people and what they can do with their foods, but also what they already have available within their communities and supplement their what's provided from the food distribution program. And then also the fun part about it is when we're in their communities, we learn about their traditional foods, which we then bring back here. So it's a give-take with not only the partnership that we've created, but also the people within the communities, which is big on what Matt and I have tried to accomplish, is going places and learning about the foods and bringing them back to what we do here. So we've already gone to the Chickasaw Nation and spent time down there and did a cooking demo for like 450 people, and then spent a week there filming around within the community, from nutrition services to kids and just the family. And then we were up in Montana working with school kids, from high school kids to college kids. And the fun part about being up there is we said, hey, sometime if you ever want to come to Denver and work with us, let us know. And we actually got a call from a kid that's graduating that said, I want to go into the culinary world, I want to know how to cook, can I come work with you guys for a week or two this summer? So it's become this give and take where we're learning so much from them while we're trying to give back and show people that you don't always have to go out. Showing people basically how you can make meals and prep like you would prep in a restaurant. That's how we show people. So sometimes what limits people to cooking at home is it's going to take too long. I don't want to do the dishes. So what we do is we show them how you can take fresh ingredients and dice them all down and get them put in Tupperwares, and then you're ready for your whole week, just like we would here. You're ready for a 2-day experience, or you have all your salsas cut and diced. All you have to do is mix and make into something. So it eases life at the end of the day. So yeah, it's really become this program that's snowballed into trying to make a film series to give out to people, and then for us to all share our stories where they can contact us directly, we can contact them, and kind of stay interweaved with one another and help provide better eating, better choices, and better meals for not only one area, but Indian people on a much larger scale.